Hey everybody, I am Octavia Brooks, and I am answering the question, what is a shamanic journey? I think this is a really important topic because through this narrative format of guided meditation, you can actually muck about in your subconscious, which means that you can change your outer world because your inner world changes. It's a really easy way to ensure positive life transformation. It's like being inside a story, being inside a movie. It's so much fun. So I'm Octavia Brooks, a shamanic energy healer, and I use shamanic journeys in my classes, and I use them with clients, and they're for a lot of different purposes. It's a format, it's a structure. It has a beginning and a middle and an end, and you have all these experiences when you're within this story that can teach you things about yourself. You can heal yourself. It's a form of energy healing because you can heal yourself, and you can also gain insights and get amazing messages from the depths of your subconscious. Things that you didn't have any kind of conscious memory or recollection will suddenly clarify and illuminate for you things about yourself that you didn't previously know. And another really cool thing about shamanic journeys is that you can learn new skills and habits and gain new resources and gain new clarity. So for me, they've been a really powerful teaching tool. And I'm going to give you a couple of examples. For example, you can learn to create boundaries. Let's say you have trouble with codependency, keeping your boundary intact with another person. And if you were to go inside a shamanic journey, and you can almost role play inside a shamanic journey. And I have one where I teach you to actually confront the person who is most difficult in your whole life to set boundaries with. Usually that's somebody in our family. And practice setting boundaries with that person through this guided narrative, telling them, this is where it begins, this is where it ends, this is what my needs are, this is what I'm not willing to tolerate, this is what I want. And practicing setting those boundaries, and then having an experience where you encounter that person and they're being respectful to you and they're being appreciative of your boundaries, and they're showing and demonstrating to you what having good boundaries is like. So if you've never had that kind of experience before, especially with this difficult person in your life, and you play out that experience from inside and really walk it through in detail in your mind's eye, then you gain some confidence and you gain some knowledge and awareness. You gain some confidence in how to set skills, how to set boundaries with somebody else, and then you gain confidence and awareness of what it's like to be treated properly by somebody who respects your boundaries. So for people that are really don't have that skill set, a shamanic journey format is a great way for them to learn that. So shamanic journeys have a beginning and a middle and an end. And if you stay to the end of this video, I will give you a little gift for watching through the end. And that'll be something to sample you on what a shamanic journey is about. So shamanic journeys have a beginning and a middle and an end. So first you have to go from the room you're sitting in this outer world experience, to a place inside yourself that is a starting place for a journey. And the journey is a lot like actually taking a trip. You're going to get in the car and you're going to go somewhere, except that because you can use the full resources of your creative imagination, you can take whatever vehicle. It could be like a baby goat. You can ride on a little baby goat. One of my carriers, so to speak, to journey between realms is the Pegasus, the flying horse. So it's really, really wonderful to take a flight, and then the Pegasus guides me and knows where I'm supposed to go next in the journey. So oftentimes we're going to start at a starting place that's fully resourced. In my journeys, I like to start in a place that has fire, earth, air, and water, and all of these elements are present there. And you invoke a guide for that journey. And then from there, you go through another little passage, like in my typical journeys, you go through a little woods, and then you go through a field, and then you meet the Temple Without Boundaries. And the Temple Without Boundaries, for anyone who's worked with me, is a safe and sacred container. When I work with my clients, it brings us into harmonic resonance. And in the shamanic journey, it is the starting place. It's a beautiful, beautiful, ornate building that has infinite portals and doorways of many different places and locations. So thinking now about one of my classes, which is about the masculine and the feminine, you get to go on a shamanic journey to meet your own inner masculine self and to have a dialogue with that part of you. So how often do you just sit down and like, okay, masculine self, and have a dialogue with some part of you that you need to harmonize with more on a conscious level? Because these are all parts of us that we aren't consciously aware of that are operating in our lives. And when we go on a journey, we become consciously aware of the state of health. For example, the first time I met my masculine, he was about 80 feet tall, and he scared me, and we had to figure out why he was so out of balance compared to my feminine side. So I developed and improved my relationship with my masculine side in that journey. Then the second journey in that class is to go and meet your feminine side, and you find out what she needs and find out what you can give to her to bring her into full health. So this is another aspect of shamanic healing, is that it is actually a shamanic journey, is that it's actually a form of energy healing. And you get to, through this dialogue and through giving that part of you what it has most needed, you get to integrate that part of you and bring it into wholeness, and then use that part of you as a full, complete part of you. That's a form of energy healing it's so quick in a shamanic journey. It only takes a few minutes. And then in the third journey, just to complete this scenario, you go to the Temple of the Lovers inside the Temple Without Boundaries, and the two of them have a dialogue. And that's where you can bring the masculine and feminine into balance with each other inside yourself and then in your whole life. So that would be, I talked about the beginning, and I kind of gave some insights into what the middle of a shamanic journey would be like. And in the middle, you gain messages and insights that you can use in your life to, give yourself that awareness of how you might be acting in a way that's not really what you consciously want. That's not consciously how you want to act in your life. And then there's the ending. I want to give another example of some messages. So another one of my classes, you meet your spirit guides and your animal spirit guides. And I'm going to give an example. One student took this journey and she met White Wolf. White Wolf just came and was a companion next to her. And after the journey, she was left with this, well, what's White Wolf about? Why would White Wolf, what does that mean? And I have a little bit more experience. I'm not like an expert on every single animal medicine that's out there. So hint, hint, you can look these Native American animal medicine information up online and find out the medicine of any animal, the energy and the support, the information that any animal guide has for you. So White Wolf, I helped her interpret and understand, well, wolf is from the dog family, so he's a companion, and he's fierce, he's ferocious, he's big, right? And he's going to protect you. And because he's White Wolf, it kind of means that he's going to shine light on your path. He's going to open your path up. And those are some interpretations that I had. However, when you listen to those messages and you receive those messages, a lot of times they unfold over time after the journey and you get more information. So a little bit more about a shamanic journey, and I'm just going to go about 5 more minutes because I want to keep this class a little bit shorter than the last one. Collecting resources or skills and making intention or prayer. So I had a shamanic journey series that was about developing your business, and 8 different journeys for example, develop marketing skills, or to shift yourself from, I hate marketing, to, hey, marketing's all right. Marketing's kind of fun. And in this journey, we went to a place where we could meet our future people. And then it made it so much easier, because then whenever you were networking in the world, there was this strange recognition that you had of people. So you met them in this internal world. And then when you were out networking, there was something familiar about the people you met, and maybe you met them in that shamanic journey. So there's this magical kind of overlay with the shamanic journey as well, that bleeds from this really cool internal world into the outer world. And so you can build skills, you can find resources, and you can gain insights into your own psychology. You can clear blocks in your own psychology. And I really do believe, that this creates more resiliency in the brain. As we clear out some of these subconscious parts of us that are thwarting us and holding us back, we gain more resiliency in our life. We have more options and more creative approaches to how we choose to live our lives. And from there, we can choose to live our lives more fully and more happily and more joyfully. So I wanted to also mention that for people that don't have a lot of experience with shamanic journeys, they might find a couple of different things. They might find that they're losing focus. Some people have even kind of nodded off. And I don't really believe that falling asleep is happening, because even those people receive results from the shamanic journey. So I believe that they are in a very deep realm working in their subconscious. So they actually weren't able to even stay conscious. However, they were following the journey at a certain level and clearing those blocks in their subconscious. When I lead journeys, I always call in a lot of guides and helpers and ascended masters and angelics. And from that, I know that the environment is safe, that the person is protected, and that there are resources there. And I really trust my guides. I've watched my guides operate for many, many years, and I know where they're coming from, and they always come from a place of love and light. And so my guides will assist people in their journeys as well. And after you do a journey or two, you kind of get your sea legs a little bit more, and it's easier for you to stay focused. And even still, some people are visual, and some people may not get the pictures as clearly as they get a sound or a sensation in their body. And sometimes those sounds and sensations can be a little bit more challenging to interpret. Those kinds of messages are richer and more complex for people to unravel. And so going on several different journeys and learning how it is that you journey, and validating and valuing whatever experience you have in the journey, and knowing that you're getting something really good out of it, is what I recommend for beginners with shamanic journeys. So I promised that if you stayed with me through this whole class, I would offer you something. And I want to say that if you are willing to leave a little note, a little comment below this video, then I will happily send you a coupon to one of my classes, one of my online classes. So you can take shamanic journeys to meet your spirit guides. You can take shamanic journeys to balance your masculine and feminine energy. And you can take shamanic journeys to heal a wounded inner child inside yourself. And in all of these circumstances, you bring your energy healed and whole from any place where it might have been locked away behind a closed door, and you bring it here into present time, and then you have more in your life. So that's it for me today. I'm Octavia Brooks, Shamanic Energy Healer. My website is octaviabrooks.com. My class website is expansion.octaviabrooks.com. I really appreciate you staying with me, and have a fantastic day.